Do you think your story really doesn't matter? Do you think that your story doesn't help sell your product or service? Well, today we're going to talk about that. And if you want to check out the full episode and hear more details about the power of your story and the science behind that, make sure to check out this week's guest episode. What's up, guys? This is Phillip Sessions, your public speaking and presentation coach. And today we're going to talk about the power of storytelling, and more specifically, telling your story. So, why do you want to tell your story? First of all, your story is unique to you, and you are a unique individual. So telling your story in layman's terms means that it is unique, which makes you unique, which you are unique, which therefore you are unique in the marketplace. And uniqueness is what sells. Every house that's out there that's sold, there's a lot that are cookie cutters, but there's a lot that have little details that are different. Because a house is a house, a 2,000 square foot, 3-bedroom, 2-bath house. It's got a kitchen, clearly the 2 bathrooms. It's got the 3 bedrooms. There's all these things that are listed that are generic, that are the same. But what makes that house unique? Maybe it's the yellow paint on the outside, or maybe it's the brown painted walls on the interior. Maybe it's the marble kitchen. It's the floating island. It's the master bathroom that is immaculate. All of these things are different things that can be unique selling points for that house. And your story is that exact same thing that is the unique selling point for your business. And too often, myself included here, I've thought, you know what? People don't want to know about my story. People just want to know about what I do for business. But here's the thing. There's plenty of public speaking coaches. There's plenty of presentation coaches out there. So I am the unique thing that makes me better than somebody else. And a unique thing that makes me better than somebody else is simply because you and I connect. Which, if I just talk about business, about making you better at speaking, making you better at presenting, understanding the strategies behind speaking and presenting, then you are going to be okay. Yeah, Phillip maybe will be able to teach me, but it really doesn't get you over that edge to buy. So what gets you over that edge to buy and to really trust me more than anything and like me so that you want to work with me? It's my story. And so the same thing for your customers and your clients. It's your story, your business's story as well, but your personal story also as you're getting started, or even as you have a small team. Your story, your company's story is what makes you unique. It makes people want to work with you. It's not the tagline. It's not the awesome colors, the awesome logo, the design, your marketing, where everything's crisp and polished and all the same color and looks very professional, because all the big guys are doing that too. The big guys have the money to put behind that. And so this storytelling is your power play. It's the thing that costs you nothing but a little bit of your time in order to be able to sell somebody. So you may be a moving company. You may be a cabinet maker. You may do countertop installs, or you're a roofer. I don't know how many roofers you have in your city right now, but we have tons. We have tons of solar people. It's a roof. It's solar. It's not sexy. Yes, you may like it, but your customer just wants to get the efficiencies and go a little bit more green with solar, or they want to make sure that their roof doesn't leak because of the hail damage that just happened. That's all they care about. They don't care what roofing company does it. But what they do care about, and it can be any roofing company, but what makes them actually care about working with you, the roofing company, you, the solar company, you, the handyman service, is that you are the one talking to them. You are the one that they relate to. And so you have to share the story behind who you are, behind who your business and your company is, so that they can relate with that. Because these big name brands, these big companies that are doing these services and developing these products, besides being a widget, besides being something that I need or that I want, I could care less who it comes from. As long as it works, as long as it does the things that I want it to do, as long as it solves the problem that I have, I don't really care. But what makes me start caring about wanting to work with you versus somebody else is that story. So if you don't think your story is something that's important to work on, you need to start working on it today. Because without sharing your story, without using the power of the story that you have, you're not going to be distinguishable among the market. And there may be such a high demand. We just saw this with real estate, where real estate was in such high demand, any realtor could make a sell. Any house could go for sale because people were so desperate to be in a house because they had no house or they just sold their house and they needed another house. They were willing to go $100,000 over the asking price. They didn't care what it looked like as long as it had 3 bedrooms and 2 baths and was 20 or 2,000 square feet, not 20,000. That'd be kind of crazy to only have 3 bedrooms and 2 baths at 20,000 square feet. But I'm going to digress there. But if that's all they cared about, they would pick anything. And that's what they had to start doing because there was such a high demand and such low volume of houses. But that's not always the case for every market, every industry. So how do you increase the demand for your business, for your company? It's by increasing the amount of relatability and the amount of likability that your potential customers have with you. And that is through storytelling. So make sure that you go back to this week's episode where I had Richard Newman on and we discussed about the power and science behind storytelling and learn more about that. But this was just a quick little recap and snippet for you to be able to understand more about that power of storytelling and why you need to start telling it. And if you want to really know how to do that storytelling, I'm happy to help you out. But real quick thing that you could do for yourself is figure out why you decided to get into your company. Think about that. Why did you decide to start this company? Some people, it's because they had a bad time with other contractors. They saw a need in the market. They saw a problem that the market wasn't fulfilling, and they went to solve that. So talk about that. That's what people want to see. They want to know that you have heart. They want to know that you're not just there for money, but that you have heart and you really care about creating a good environment and a good service and product for the customer and creating an experience for them as well. And when they know how much you care, that's when you're going to get that business. So learn to tell that story of your origins, of you personally, as you as a business, and share that. And that's what's going to distinguish you from the market.